At his rally last night, the president said this about education.
In major city public schools run by Democrats, over 2/3 of students are falling behind in reading and math, and I think the numbers are worse than that. But Democrats would rather deny these children the future they deserve than allow them to attend the charter, public, private, religious, or independent schools of their choice, pro-choice. Republicans believe access to education is a civil right. It's a civil right.
That was a fantastic commitment from the president last night, and I think he needs to put it center stage in his re-election campaign. Make America great again for all means equal opportunity for every American of every race, and that means school choice. Joining me now to discuss, author of Always a Soldier and Turning Point USA spokesperson Rob Smith and Redstate editor-at-large Kira Davis. Great to see you both. We were going to talk about this last week, but the news agenda, I'm afraid, intervened. Great that we could do it this week. Kira, you've used exactly that language that the president just used, that this issue of school choice is today's civil rights issue. Tell us why you think that.
Because your zip code shouldn't determine your educational opportunity. And one of the reasons I'm pro school choice is because I had the opportunity to run an after-school program in the inner city, and I saw what kids were dealing with. And I saw that it's all good and well to say, well, we need more money, but at the end of the day, when we got more money, it still wasn't improving the outcomes. I saw parents desperate to get their children out of those schools and into better schools, and then to be looked at by a bureaucrat and say, well, we need to go get more money. We'll do another tax ballot measure, and then we'll get more money and everything will be better. Meanwhile, their kids are aging out of these failing schools. It is a civil rights issue, but particularly in the Black community, this is a huge issue for us, for our communities. And every child has the right to a solid and good education. And it's been my experience that people who don't have to worry about that don't even think about how awful it is to be trapped in a community where you don't have the choice to pick another school that will suit your child's needs. We would never, ever be in favor of grocery stores being zoned like that. You can only go to this one grocery store, and if it's in your zip code, that's the only. We would never do that. And education is far more of an important issue. So this is absolutely the civil rights issue of our time. This is an issue of being able to choose opportunity.
That's exactly right. And as you said, although it clearly helps African Americans, it's for all. We're talking about everyone. Everyone would benefit from this, and that's the beauty of this policy. Rob, we've talked about this before, and you've made the point that the Republican Party, although ideologically and in policy terms committed to this cause, hasn't made nearly enough of it in a political sense. Could you explain that?
Well, I'll explain this. I don't think that they're saying enough about it politically. If you look where I am right now in Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis got 18% of the Black female vote when he was running for governor. The reason why he got that percentage of the vote is school choice. That is a staggering number, particularly for African American women voting for a Republican candidate. And I think that that is not seized upon by Republicans and by conservatives and by people that are pushing this message out there. I am a very big proponent of school choice, and the reason why I'm such a proponent of it is because I have the personal experience of having gone to failed public schools where I'm from in Akron, Ohio. I'm not going to put my high school out on blast, but it is now currently graded F by the Ohio public school system. It has 6% in math proficiency. It has 18% in reading proficiency. It's very bad, and I graduated high school well over a decade ago, and this has not changed. And I think about how much more opportunity and how much more options I would have had I been able to choose to go to a better school, to be able to have that choice. And I think that we are missing a major chance to message about something that is really beneficial to particularly African American families when we talk about school choice.
Exactly. And just quick last point, Kira, on the politics of this is that we were talking earlier with Charlie and Tammy about dividing lines in the election. This is such a clear dividing line because the Democrats are totally against this, mainly because of their funding. They're completely owned by the public sector unions, especially the teacher unions, that are dead against this. And so for Republicans to campaign on this is a massive opportunity.
It's huge. They should have been doing it a long time ago, but it is what it is. Listen, you got to make the Democrats take a position on this because their position is wrong. And the right position is actually a part of the Republican platform. So go ahead and let them back themselves into a corner. Make Joe Biden defend why a young black mother in the inner city does not have the right to move her child to a school that's safer and has more educational opportunity. Let Biden defend that. Let the Democrats defend that. They can't, and that's why they're always distracting. This is an across-the-board winner. Rob pointed it out earlier with what happened in Florida. Overwhelmingly, especially minority parents, are in favor of school choice. And it's really a bipartisan issue, too. I've seen people cross the aisle to vote for it. There's no losing on this. It sets, and from a political perspective, it sets up good guy versus bad guy, which is what you want in any campaign. Well, there's no better situation to make the Democrats the bad guy in this than making them defend why a child can't go to a good school.
Exactly. So well put. Thank you both for that great discussion. Sorry, Rob, I'm afraid we're out of time, but we'll be back to talk about this, I'm sure, in the future. Good to see you tonight.